Hi, this is Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and I just want to show you how I made these quick and easy manila file tags, I guess you could call them. So they all basically have the same theme, and they're front and back. They have like a little journaling spot on the back, and they also have a paper clip connected to them. And they have these little flowers and just little things. I had some stamping and some old book pages. Some of these sentiments, these are from Jessica Dunn. She has a digital kit on Pixel Scrapper called Around the World in 80 Days. And that's what I used that from. And then I just used little butterfly from the Dollar Tree. So that's the first one. Here's the second one. And I just added some lace and some cheesecloth and made a burlap banner. And then I had some little pieces from Graphic 45 Typography collection, and I just I went around the edges. I inked it with some Firefly alcohol ink markers and cut them out and added them to some black paper. So each one of them look pretty much almost alike because they're part of a set. They're just some slight variances, you know. And then this is the last one. And I also I had an old, it was a ribbon container, a circular ribbon container that I wasn't using anymore. So I just put it down and took an alcohol marker and went around the edges. That's what these little circles are on each one. I wanted to give it like a, kind of like a coffee stain look, but that's what that comes from. And you can also use these in your journal or folios or just whatever, you know, just add them to something. This right here is actually in one of my digital kits. But you can just add these to just whatever, or just a book, you know, a little journal book or something. Use it as a paper mark, as a bookmark or something, you know, just however you want to do it. So let me show you how I made it, and let's get started. Okay, so I've got some manila envelopes, not envelopes, but some tags that I cut out from manila envelopes. And so I'm just going to take some gesso, just some acrylic gesso, and I'm just going to lightly brush across it. You just take that out. I'm just going to lightly brush across it. And you can use any type of brush. I'm just using some, this is, what is this? Artist Choice. Just your regular straw brushes or whatever. And I'm just going to brush each one of them. I'll probably just do one coat. So I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so while those are drying, I've got some old book pages that I'm going to tear apart and distress. These come from a magazine. I think it's the Workers basket, the work basket, or something like that. I'm just going to randomly put these on those whenever they get finished drying. And I'm going to take some Distress Oxide by Ranger, Tim Holtz Vintage Photo, and I'm going to follow it by Distress Oxide Black Soot. I'm just going to kind of distress the edge without tearing the paper too much. Just really lightly go over it. And I'm going to come back around and do the same thing with the black. It just kind of darkens the edges a little bit. I'm going to do that to each one of these and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the book pages already distressed, but the paint is still not quite dry on here. If you can see that or not. So I'm just going to let that finish drying. So I have an image from an old piece of graphic 45 paper, and I'm just going to cut out some of these pins. But first, before I do that, I'm going to go over them with some what are these? Alcohol markers. And it's just to kind of highlight the image to make it more pronounced. And you have a fine tip end and you have a broad end. So of course I'm just going to use the fine end. And I'm going to use this, it's a blue-gray color. So I'm just basically just going to kind of outline some of the image so that once I've cut it out, it looks, you can really see it. It's just more pronounced. You know, and I'm going to do that for each of the images that I'm going to cut out. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just enough to kind of, you know, bring out the look. So I'm going to do that over some of these and cut them out. And then I'm going to glue them to some black cardstock and then cut them out again, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so these pretty much look dry. Overall, I mean, just slightly a little bit damp, but it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do before I start building up the painted side, I'm going to create a back side for it, a journaling side for it. So these cards measure, or tags measure, approximately 3.5 by, I'm just going to look at the part that comes before the whole, let's see, 4.5. So 3.5 by 4.5. So I want to do 3.25 by 4.25 cuts to put back here from right here and on down. 3.25 by 4.25. We'll make 4 of those. Let's see, 4.25. Yeah, that should fit. 3.25 by 4.25. And I'm just going to distress these with some brown vintage photo. Oops, I picked up the black one. Well, that's fine, it's still got some black mixed with it. I meant to use this one. And it's okay that I have extra distress ink on it, because I like that look, that distressed look. And I'm just going to go back over it again with the black soot, since this one already has black mixed in it. I'm just going to make these match. And I'm just going to glue these to the backs of each one of these. I'm going to use some art glitter glue. You can use double-sided tape, Fabri-Tac, or use a glue gun or a snail tape or whatever you call that stuff, AGT. I like to use art glitter glue. And I'm just going to try to center this as best I can. Sometimes that isn't always easy to do, but that's why I like to use wet glue, so that if I don't line it up the way it's supposed to be, I have room to fix it before it sticks completely on there. Let's see if I can fix that. It's already on there. Oh well. I might be able to do something about it right there. It's not lined up even. And I'm going to glue each one of these on there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all of those on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges of these, of each of these tags on both sides. First with the brown and then with the black. I'm going to go back around each one with black now, just so it's pronounced. Okay, so I've got all of those on there and distressed. Okay, so now I'm just going to randomly stamp on the background. I don't even know which stamp I want to use. I'm just going to pick up something. Here we go. This is Stampers Anonymous, Tim Holtz, Life's Possibilities. And I'm just going to randomly stamp on here. I'm just going to use my block, my Prima Stampers block. And I'm just going to take some brown ink. This time I'm going to use some walnut stain. Distress ink. It's not Oxide ink, it's just distress ink. And just going to randomly stamp on here. And I think I'll just use the entire set. I think I'll stick to the same color ink. So now I'm going to add some of these book pages, just randomly. Well, before I do that, actually, I think I'm going to put some white paper, or yeah, I need some like some white paper. So I'm just going to take some leftover pieces that I'd already had. Let me just kind of cut these down. Here's actually, I got some right here. I'm just going to randomly put some solid white papers on each one of these. I'm just going to distress them. That's the beauty of making tags using different shades of browns and whites and blacks. Because you really don't have to have a whole lot of stuff to throw things together. You just need contrasting colors. And it'll all come together some kind of way. And you can tear the sides if you like, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to leave them in their full white solid form. And just randomly put them on here. Okay, now I can add some of these because I feel like then you can really see it better. It provides a better collage to me, in my opinion. I having kind of like a dark, light, dark. Kind of stands out a little bit better, I think. And like I said, I'm just randomly putting these somewhere. It's not planned out, it's just, I'm just throwing it on there. Okay, so these have 2 on them, but this one only has 1, and I think I'm gonna leave it like that too. So, and then I've got these little pens, ink pens. I'm just gonna glue these down. And these pins can actually act as hands on the clock. Okay, so now I need to find, let's see. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this is an old ribbon casing. Ribbon used to wrap around it, and I just kept this. I think I'm just going to create some circles. Let's see. I'm going to use the BG9 blue gray. It's almost black. And I'm just going to go around with this shape. And just make a circle. And then I'm just going to cut some different pieces of fabric. This right here is some burlap, some cream burlap paper. I'm just going to cut a little piece. I'm going to make like a banner. And it's not going to be perfect, but that's fine too. Make different shaped banners or different size banners. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these on here, or this on here, I guess you could say. And I'm I'm still using art glitter glue. It holds pretty well. Okay, and then now I've got some cheesecloth that I'm going to add to it, to each one. And I'm just randomly cutting it. I'm not measuring. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm just winging it. So wherever I'm putting the cheesecloth is where I'm going to put the glue. There's no specific design. Or wherever I put the glue is where I'm putting cheesecloth. I had it backwards. I said it backwards. Trying to open the cheesecloth. Sometimes it's easy to apply, but sometimes it likes to get stuck and doesn't want to move in the direction you want it to move in. So you have to kind of work with it. But I love the effect that it gives, that vintage effect. And then I've got some lace. I think I'll put some of this at the bottom of each one. It's really pretty lace. I'm gonna cut some of these apart and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it all cut out. So now I'm just gonna glue it on here. I think I'm just gonna glue it to the page. That's my son in the background. He's watching something crazy on YouTube. So now that I have those on here, I think I'm going to put some flowers or something. Actually, I want to make this into a paper clip tag. So I have these little white paper clips. I think I got these from Hobby Lobby, either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And so yeah, let's get 4. And they're small, but they'll still work. And depending on which side you want your paper clip to show, I'm just going to put the small end back here, and I'm going to tie a ribbon, some string around here. That way it'll secure it in there. So we have this on that side, this on that side. This on that side. So once I tie the string through there, it'll stay. Okay, and then I just have some white jute twine by Ashland. I think this is from Michael's. So I'm not really measuring. Well, I guess I could. This is about 14 inches. So I'm just going to feed it through the back like this. And just tie it like normal. Okay, so that's on there. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'll just add just a little bit of Fabri-Tac glue just to make sure it's not coming loose. And then I think I'm going to add on both sides I'm just going to take apart some of this Tim Holtz bouquet. So use little small pieces, which is fine. And I'm just going to glue some of those onto here, just to kind of cover up where it's glued on. Just to cover up the paper clip, or part of the paper clip and the knot. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And I'm just going to glue on the upper part of the paper clip. And I'm just going to glue on some of these little flowers. So this is basically what you're left with, front and back, and just adjust it, you know, to your liking. If you need to add more, you can, or you can just leave it be. I think I might add one more right here and then just let it dry. I'm just going to let that dry and add some to the rest of the tags, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've glued those down on each one, front and back. They're still a little damp, so I'm going to let them dry some. But I'm just going to come on in and I'm just going to add a sentiment. And these are some words that I've gotten from a digital kit on Pixel Scrapper. This is a digital kit by Jessica Dunn. It's called Around the World in 80 Days kit. So, and it has other things in the kit too, but I just wanted to get the words from there. And so I cut some of them out and distressed them and added them to some black cardstock. So let's see, which one will I use? Definitely, I might use Globetrotting. I like that. I might use it on this side. I'll use it on this side. Paravion. I think I'll put it in the middle. Well, I am so indecisive. I'll put it here. And let's see. Use the word document. I'll put that there. And then the word tickets. I'll put it here. Okay, so I'm getting ready to glue those down. And after I do that, I'll probably find a button or something to put on each one. It's going to be some really simple tags. They're not going to be like over the top. Oops. over the top. So, and the reason why I'm using this Fabri-Tac glue is since I'm gluing this over top of fabric, just want to make sure it's going to stay. So document. And make sure this is going to stay up underneath it too. Make sure it's going to glue really well. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just going to hold that for a moment. And while I'm holding that, I can just go ahead and add some glue to this. I don't really need a whole lot for it because it's on paper on paper. Okay, then I'm just going to add this for tickets. What if I should? I'll just keep it over here where I originally said. It's as complicated as you make it. It really is. I tend to overthink things instead of just going with it. Put it on there, put it on there and keep going. That's my biggest downfall in crafting is I'm never satisfied. I feel like it needs something else all the time. Instead of just leave it alone. Instead of underdoing it, I think I overdo it. So now I'm gonna find a button or something to put on here, and I think that'll secure it. Okay, so I found some butterflies, and these are from the Dollar Tree. These little die cuts are. So I think I'll just randomly put them somewhere. And these are all flat. I considered lifting them up, but I didn't feel like it, so. I thought about using the 3D foam dots, but I think this will be okay just the way it is. Should I turn it out this way or in? I think I'll turn it inward. Okay, so I think I've pretty much taken care of it. Let me zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. So this is basically what they look like, completed. So they have their front and back. These are still drying a little bit. Little tags. I think I'll leave these long. I might trim them down on them. You know, and then you can just pop these onto some paper or something in your journals. So I hope that this was helpful, this little tutorial, and I'm hoping you'll continue to watch, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you can continue to get notifications. Check out my blog and social media sites. And thanks for watching.